Hello and welcome to the January 5th, 2021 Hemp Show powered by CannTrade. My name is Mark Rastelli. I'm the CEO of CannTrade and the host of the Hemp Show. Next up on the Hemp Show, we have Michael Sousa with Willow Top Hemp Farms. Willow Top Hemp Farms is a fourth-year mom-and-pop hemp farm located in the driftless region of southwest Wisconsin. They are a seed-to-sale hemp farm that focuses on organic farming techniques for their region-specific hemp cultivars. Willow Top always hand plants, hand harvests, and air dries all their plants. They never use conventional pesticides, and they do not use plastics or mechanical equipment to harvest. High quality hemp flower are used for their extracted products and all of their oils, all of their oil products, sorry. Thank you for joining us, Michael, and welcome to the Hemp Show.
It's great to be here. I appreciate you and Sarah getting me going here. First time doing a platform like this, so I apologize in advance. My technological skills might be a little bit to be had.
You're good to go. You made it on here. The audio works, the video's going, and we pushed unmute. So we're ready to rock, and there's a first time for everything.
You bet.
Hey, there was a first time you smoked hemp and you smoked weed, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Back in the day. Yep.
Very
that was
cool.
More during the days, when I was in sports. It helped me tremendously to self-medicate with cannabis for sure.
Yeah, I as a former football player, I wish that we could have had more knowledge on how much it could help for, say, sports injuries and recovery. That would have been great. That's all coming out now, though. So at the very least, somebody's going to benefit in the future from that. But I want to know more. I want to know more about Willow Top Farm, Willow Top Hemp Farms, and everything you're doing. Where you guys got started, what type of products you offer. All the above. So wherever you'd like to start and dive in, you're welcome to.
Okay, great. So I guess basically to start from the beginning. The reason we got into this was I have degenerative discs and it's bothered me significantly. So I had taken some isolate. It helped. It wasn't great. And then a friend turned me on to some full spectrum oil. And that is where my life it really changed. It was just a revelation for me, really. And that's when my passion for it really started. Was after taking that and realizing the effects on my body, and just I could go about my day-to-day business. And being in the trades most of my life, contributed to, I think, a lot of that. And then, of course, my sports background. So for me, it just it kicked it off. And when we realized that there was going to be a NOCO hemp event in Madison, I think that was February of 2018. So we decided to go to that, learned a whole bunch, networked with some just absolutely awesome people that were already in the industry in Colorado. So from there, we signed up, and our first season, we grew about an acre. And we did, we planted, I think it was 5 cultivars. So from there to now, there's been lots of challenges, but all in all, it's been a positive ride. It's been really good to be able to reach out to people and help them with these oil products. So.
Excellent. So prior to going to the NOCO show, had you ever had any experience growing, the cannabis plant in general?
No, not really. I did a little bit when I was living out west. But it was very short, and it was just we were just winging it. Didn't really have any expertise around me or anything like that. So yes. Just jumping in, 2 feet. It was a quick learning curve. I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. So are you technically the head grower for
Yes.
Willow Top? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's myself and my lovely wife and our daughter. So it's a family affair.
Excellent. Well, I always suggest that, like, especially if you're in the space, no matter who you are, and on whatever scale you're looking to do it, that you grow cannabis slash hemp at some point, just because you learn so much about the plant's chemistry, the process of how it grows, how it buds and flowers, and all that type of stuff. I mean, I learned a ton when I started growing in my garage back in, oh, what was that, like 2011 or 12? So
Okay.
yeah, it's great. So I bet, I mean, just like you said, the learning curve, very, very steep learning curve, because I mean, you need to learn a lot quickly. That
Yeah.
plant only has what, 4 or 5 months of growing time, until you're
Right.
harvesting, and then so you got 4 or 5 months to basically learn the ins and outs and create a quality product.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and that's why, the last few years, I've been diving in really to trying to select certain cultivars for our area, for our microclimate. That's been one of the major challenges is, insects and pathogens, specifically molds and that type of thing. So, you know, what I found really quick was most of these genetics are produced out west, and because of that, and a lot of them are produced indoors, right?
Right.
So right in there, inherently, you have some possible weaknesses, in the plant. So yeah, we've done. Let's see, gosh, I think up to I think 14 cultivars in the last 3 years to try to really dial in and find out what works well here in our soil and in our microclimate.
And I'm guessing with that, you've learned a ton and probably discarded a bunch of those and moved forward with the ones that are working properly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So for you, so what strains are those that you guys grow? And then beyond the strains, what products do you produce from the flower, or the biomass that you're harvesting?
Sure. So I really like the strains from Lawrence Ringo. Those seem to be genetically really strong, and specifically the from the ACDC or the Cannatonic line.
Hmm.
So we grew about a half acre of that ACDC line. It was fantastic. It was really strong. Really didn't have to do much, for that plant, for that specific cultivar. It was outstanding. And then it came in with, just excellent terps. The terps were good. So we used that ACDC for our gel cap. That was the first year. So we developed that with another company in Colorado. That would have been like late ending summer of 2019, and so that's our gel cap, and I can show you that.
Oh yeah, please
So
do.
that's our gel cap. There's 40 in a bottle, 25 milligram per gel cap. It is so that gel cap itself is bovine gel. We did use an organic hemp seed oil as the carrier, just so you can get that omega-3, omega-6. And some of the research I've done, and I'm not a chemist, but it seems like that works well for bioavailability as well. So we do something a little bit different on ours. Well, it was different. I don't know if it is so much anymore, but we put the cultivar on there on the label.
Oh, very
We
cool.
also put the dominant terpene and when it was harvested. And that's probably just more of a grower's geek type of thing, you know.
Right.
But I think it's important for people to know what that dominant terpene is, as well as the cultivar.
Right. I mean, it's that, and a lot of people say with or a lot of studies going out there right now with the entourage effect and the fact that the terpenes kind of the carrier of the effect almost. So
Exactly.
it's important to know what dominant terpene is, because that's likely to have uh, a lot to do with the resulting effect that your body feels or your mind feels when you have it.
Right.
Excellent. So, is the gel caps the primary product? Do you have other
Um,
products within the line, or is it just the gel caps?
no, we have two other products. That one seems to be the most popular just because um, I think the demographics of where we are, we're around a lot of farmers and folks that have been using their bodies their whole life. So it's just convenient, and people it's easy for them,
Right.
and they can gauge it. You can say, hey, there's 25 milligrams, and you can take 100 milligrams if that's what your daily dose is. So it's convenience, and I think the dosage, it also plays a part in that.
Excellent.
Um, but we also have a topical that we developed, and we basically developed our massage oil here. Um, a a cousin of mine is a professional massage therapist, and she said, "Hey, why don't you get me something?" Well, so after a couple months, we developed this, and all our clients basically just said, "That's all we want is that." They didn't even want the regular oil that she was using. They just said, "Just give us the CBD oil." So we developed this along with her, and it seems to be working very well for people. And
Excellent.
that product, so it's real simple. It's golden jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, and globulus eucalyptus oil, along with the 1,200 milligrams of the CBD.
Very cool. So, question on the CBD. I mean, you mentioned all the other ingredients in there. As far as the CBD goes, do you utilize a full spectrum, a broad spectrum, isolate, distillate? What form of the
Mhm.
cannabinoids are you putting into the products that you extract from your flower?
Right. So I'm just a firm believer in the full spectrum oil. And I think that just is because of my personal experience. Um, the isolate, for me, anyways, it seems like it took a lot more. And the full spectrum oil, it doesn't take quite as much. So we've had really good feedback with both the capsules and the tincture, and as well as the massage oil.
Very cool. So you mentioned the feedback. Do you mind telling me more about the feedback you've received? How has it been with, say, your customers? What are they experiencing? How are they liking your products?
Sure. The one that really there's two people that really kind of hit home for me, and one of them is a local gentleman by the name of Jeremy. Um, I met his mother, and we started talking, and well, he's bound to a wheelchair, and he has severe epilepsy. And she wanted to get him off of the pharmaceuticals, but she couldn't afford that at the time because the insurance wouldn't pay, etc. So he started taking the gel caps, and after a little while, maybe a month or so, he um, he was off. I believe it was three of the medications, and he was having anywhere from 10 to 15 seizures a day. And with the help of the CBD capsules, he was down to 1 to 2 a day.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, it was very dramatic for him. And, so it's those types of testimonies that really kind of, hit home and keeps things going. That's, really where my passion is to help those kind of people.
Right. I mean, I
Um,
can I can only imagine how debilitating that could be to somebody, and how, just reducing that down to 1 or 2 seizures a day could almost bring you back to life, you know?
right. Well, her biggest, when she was talking about it, and, he would actually engage people. And before that, he wouldn't engage people very much. So it was really a positive step for them. And then another person is my coworker's mother. She was fighting stage 4 lung cancer and going through chemo, something called the Red Devil. I mean, gosh.
That doesn't sound
So yeah. So anyways, she was taking, when she was doing treatments, she was taking upwards of 150 milligrams of our capsule a day, and she attributes that to getting her through it, and she beat it.
Oh,
She
wow.
beat she beat the cancer, but she just basically said, it was that is what kept her going to do it. Otherwise, the quality of her life was so bad that she didn't know if she wanted to continue doing that chemo. And she said it was our CBD that really helped to, the quality of her life.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We got to wrap up our time here. If you're interested in connecting with Michael and Willow Top Hemp Farm, please add them to your network on CannTrade. You can also place orders and ask questions directly from the Willow Top Wholesale store posted in the webinar chat, also in the CannTrade feed and in the podcast and YouTube show notes. Once again, thank you so much for being here, Michael.
Thank you. I appreciate it.